Hi, Courtney here to talk to you about vacation food. Normally I do a lot of food prep and I'm going to do a little bit, but we're going to be in a hotel and traveling in an Airbnb. Our first hotel has a kitchen and our Airbnb has a kitchen. I think our third hotel does not, but that's okay because it's on the way home. We are also going to be staying, we're going to have people staying here in house sitting. So I wanted to kind of clean out the fridge and the cabinet so they had room to put their stuff because it is a whole week. So let me give you a little rundown here. I made this big pot of soup yesterday. It's Thursday. That was Thursday evening. It's Friday. I'm going to take some of this in a mason jar and some cornbread, and I'm going to put it in the cooler, and we will have that on Sunday for dinner. I was going to do it tonight, but then I realized that I have these chips and these refried beans, and I have a lot of fresh veggies like cilantro and onion and tomato that need to be eaten up. So I'm going to do like a taco bowl or nachos for dinner tonight so that we're not wasting food. I will take the leftover chips with us. We don't normally eat stuff like this all the time because I know if you watch me and you know I'm whole food plant-based, this isn't really whole food plant-based, this is processed food. But when you're traveling, it's hard to just take a bunch of fresh food, so we'll buy that when we get there. So for breakfast every day, I have this is as close to whole food plant-based. It's called Nature's Path Mesa Sunrise. I have a big bag and a half. I wanted to eat up what we had. We will take that, and you'll see here I have bananas, apples, oranges, blueberries. I'll take whatever of that is left in the morning. All the fruit will come with us. We'll take the chips. I'm going to make some pasta salad today. This is something I always do when we're traveling in the summer. I have some leftover pasta, it's gluten-free. Rinse it after you cook it. I learned that from Flourishing Miranda, that it will help because it will stay better. It'll reheat better. We're not reheating it, but it won't be so smushy. A can of tomatoes, a can of chickpeas. I'll drain those. I'll put some fresh dill and different seasonings in there, probably some balsamic, and I've got some olives and tomato and stuff in the fridge and onion. I'll add all of that. We'll have that for lunch tomorrow when we're traveling, probably with some of the chips and fruit. That'll be our lunch. When we get to Daphne, we're going to Daphne first, we'll eat dinner there. And then for breakfast every day, it'll be cereal or oatmeal. In the hotel, they have oatmeal, so we'll just do the free breakfast there. The other things that I always carry with me are, I have some nuts, and we put those on our cereal. My husband eats those. He needs a little bit more calories than me. We're both kind of little people, and we follow a whole food plant-based vegan diet, but less whole food plant-based when we're plant-based. But Luna bars are pretty clean and low fat. I will have those for snacking. I always carry some instant coffee just in case the coffee at the hotel is yucky, which it sometimes really is nasty. And stevia. And then I didn't get it out, but I will take a container. I always purchase, I buy this in the case, silk milk. I always do the silk milk. I will take, and I'm about to pack my little handheld blender. The one that is, I can't remember, it's called like a Magic Bullet, and we'll have green smoothies. So every morning will be cereal or oatmeal and a green smoothie. For lunch or dinner, one day, every day we'll go out to eat once. Now, because we're going to the beach, and I am very strict with my diet, this is as out of bounds as I get, is eating like chips, you know, low-fat baked chips or Laura bars. That's as much as I go, or vegan cheese. We will go to places like Tacos for Life, Moe's, kind of your more local places, or I don't really like Chipotle, but places like that you can make a vegan bowl. That's a lot easier. I've looked up a bunch of places. The place where we're going is very vegan friendly, and so I will either get Mexican food, Asian food, you know, those places are really easy. I don't really, as much as I used to love seafood for reasons, I don't eat seafood anymore, so it's not like really worth it to me to go to a fancy seafood restaurant. If my husband, he is whole food plant-based by proxy, but he also has health issues. If he decides he really wants something like that, I'll look at the menu before we go and we'll eat. But you can't really hardly go out to eat anymore for less than $25 to $30 for like even fast food. We don't eat fast food, but like if we did, the only time we eat fast food is in desperation. Taco Bell has some vegan options that are fairly low fat. They do not use lard in their beans. So when we get desperate, we will get a bean burrito or a rice and bean bowl with all the veggies there. So that's just kind of what we're doing. This isn't really a cooking video, but also I used to enjoy an occasional drink or a glass of wine. And when I say occasional, I mean like a couple of times a year. But I did buy some of this elderberry wine from a local winery, and we're going to a concert on Sunday. So I'm going to pack this with us. I thought it might be fun to have it because I have long COVID. I've read horror stories about people drinking and getting super sick. So fingers crossed that does not happen to me. Hopefully just a couple glasses won't make me sick. So yeah, I mean, that's the plan. When we get there, I'll see how we feel. There's a Whole Foods. We'll go there. It might be that we go to Whole Foods, a couple of times and get whatever their deli is, because sometimes that's easier. It's still not cheap, but if you I don't mind spending $20 to $30. And let me tell you another thing, since my channel is all about frugality and saving money and living a life, I consider myself a valuist. And since I'm on vacation too, I don't want to be cooking the whole time. So we got this vacation. I had so many rewards points because I do something called credit card hacking. I have a video in my list. I think it's in Intentional Living. I'm an Airbnb host. I got our whole vacation lodging. My dogs are sneezing, sorry. For $353. We're taking my car. Gas is going to be like $150 there and back. The only other thing we have is entertainment and food. I don't mind if we spend a little bit extra. I gave us a budget of $200 a day for entertainment and food up to. I doubt we'll use that. I have already purchased some concert tickets. We're going to a concert on Saturday that was $50, but I just like $2,000 to $3,000 for a week-long vacation is pretty good. And I think we're going to be sitting at around $2,000. So I'm really happy with it. We're taking the car that gets uses less gas. We're taking part of our own food. We would be buying food anyway if we were home, so it's not that huge. And we find that eating at places where they don't wait on you, but they're not fast food. So places like that, you can tend to eat for about $30 to $35. Because we always do tip anyway, even though they don't require it. We always leave a tip on the table for the bussers because we have kids that have worked in food service, and I've worked in food service when I was younger, and I feel sorry for those people because it's a hard job and it's a dirty job. All right, I hope this has been helpful. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.